Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. Now, if there's something I've managed to learn over the years in politics, is that in politics, nothing happens because of a mere coincidence. When Uhuru decided to talk about Gen Zs, trying to motivate the Gen Zs, something that we've talked about, many looked at that as just any other political statement. But now if you go to the Daily Nation, there's something there on the front headline that says Uhuru factor in Matiang'i's 2027 bid. Then it goes further there. There's something there as a secret card. If you look at that front cover, it tells you former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i's presidential ambitions continue to gain traction, with allies of Uhuru Kenyatta saying the former president plans to back him to dethrone President William Ruto. A leading figure in Uhuru's party yesterday said, as things stand, Matiang'i is the Jubilee Party candidate for presidency. Now, still on the same front cover, there's a picture of Matiang'i there. Then there's a picture of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I think he's cladded in a Jubilee kind of scarf, if you look at that front cover. Now, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. I agree with that part. When Ruto reacted to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, I could tell from that reaction that indeed these two leaders are not seeing eye to eye again. And I could also tell that the meeting they had at Ishaweri did not bear any fruit politically. Now, I want us to explore this statement coming from one of the confidants of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, talking about Matiang'i's factor, the bid. But before we get there, kindly like this video. It's so important because when you like this video, that is the only way YouTube shares our video to many people. Subscribe to our channel if you had not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel wouldn't have grown. Matiang'i is the factor. Now, many still believe that the person to oust William Ruto should be Kalonzo Musyoka. Why? Because they think Kalonzo Musyoka has previously vied, and because of that reason, Kalonzo Musyoka has experience. Now, is that the case? When Uhuru finally decides to back Matiang'i, and Raila Amolo Odinga backs Matiang'i, with the current political temperatures at this, as things stand right now, I think Ruto will suffer. I mean, that is what I think. He's going to suffer. Why? Because there is no way he's going to beat the Uhuru and Raila when they back Matiang'i. Because this is not like 2022. In 2022, the political temperatures were different. They were in favor of him. Right now, should Rigathi Gachagua throw his weight behind this same factor Matiang'i, nakwambia kwamba mambo yataharibika. But Sudi told us, Sudi told us that it's not possible for William Ruto to run for one term. And then Kamted told us that they can as well manufacture presidency. Sudi again told us that if the papers are not enough, they will add more votes. They will add more votes. What is that telling us? When Chebukati released 2 sets of ballot papers, that is the time all mayhem started to be seen. Because now it was not easy to trace these ballot papers, trace the numbers, because in certain regions, numbers exceeded the targeted votes. 2 sets of ballot papers. It means ni kama vile moja ikiharibika nyingine tumike. But all of them were released to the public. If that is what happened back then, and we are seeing a scenario where Sudi is telling us that they will, if votes are not enough, they will add more votes. That is not something that people should just ignore, like I expressed in my previous analysis. But of course, Kenyans have been attacking that point, that statement, ever since it was made. But it was something like an eye opener that you people need to look at this matter beyond hii mambo ya populism. Isiwe tu ati kwa sababu Gen Z wana support, so mko katika comfort zone ati mtasupportiwa. What we know is that the Gen Zs called out Matiang'i, wanted him to be their leader. That is what happened back then. But the person who managed to surface was Okiya Omtatah. So Okiya Omtatah came and was welcomed, and Okiya Omtatah has also, been a pro-Gen Zs. So we have two leaders, pro-Gen Zs. We have Matiang'i and we have Okiya Omtatah. Let's just assume that Uhuru now is supporting Matiang'i, so that Matiang'i can get votes from the Gen Zs. Let's look at this matter from two angles. One, an angle where Uhuru wants to have William Ruto kicked out, and an angle where Uhuru is not being honest and he wants to split the votes of the Gen Zs. Let's just look at this matter from those two angles. First, the angle where Uhuru is not being honest. Uhuru can decide to support Matiang'i for one reason: to split the votes of the Gen Zs. So that when Okiya Omtatah finally also gets other votes of the Gen Zs, these votes are being split. And then Kalonzo takes the other side of the Gen Zs. So the Gen Zs votes shall have been split in three. That will easily make William Ruto win. That is possible, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many of you think that could be wrong. I could be right, because what if in 2022 Uhuru was not honest and pretended to be supporting Raila, yet behind the scene that was not the case? What if that is the case, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not saying that that is what happened, but I'm just saying that what if that is what happened? That Uhuru was not genuinely supporting Raila, and because just like what Babu Owino particular time said, Babu Owino exploded on this issue of Uhuru and said that Uhuru did not mean well for Raila Amolo Odinga, because if he had meant well, he wouldn't have allowed William Ruto to ascend to power. He could have done everything within his disposal to make sure that Raila wins the seat. So according to Babu Owino, he thought Uhuru would win to Raila. So that's why in this particular angle, whereby what if Uhuru is not being genuine or is not being honest and wants to front Matiang'i, so that votes of the Gen Zs are split. Because the biggest threat to William Ruto right now is the Gen Zs. That's why you find that there are this abduction and the like. He knows that if these people support one person, akona shida kubwa. But if the votes are split, atapita katikati yao. A slim margin. Most of the presidents who seek re-elections huwa wanapita na slim margin, like the case of Barack Obama. When Barack Obama won for the first time, it was landslide, almost landslide, But when he won for the second term, it was a very slim margin. Most of the time people go for the second term huwa wanapata kazi ngumu. Kibaki's case, when Kibaki won the first time, it was landslide, but the second term ilikuwa ni changamoto. So Ruto knows very well that hata yeye second term kutakuwa na changamoto kubwa sana kupata kura. So for him to salvage himself, he had to craft some measures, some ways of making sure that he stays in power. So for the best or the easiest one is to front many candidates and divide the Gen Z's votes. By doing that, Ruto will ascend to power. That's what he believes in. Now, let's look at this issue of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta from the angle whereby he really wants to kick out William Ruto. Well, if that is the case, we can say that is a revenge mission. Uhuru wants to avenge what Ruto did to him during his tenure, the time he was the president. Now, that can also be a possibility, so that by him fronting Matiang'i, the Gen Zs will now have a leader, because currently they don't have a leader. They will have a leader in Matiang'i, because they are the ones who called out Matiang'i previously. So Uhuru could be targeting Matiang'i for 2027 or 2032. So for 2027, maybe will be to split the vote so that Ruto secures the second term, and in 2032 he supports Matiang'i. That's possible, ladies and gentlemen. What if that is the case? So that's why I'm saying that this matter should be treated with utmost care. What is Uhuru's main intention, ladies and gentlemen? So just go below in the comment section and you can offer reaction regarding this statement. And perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.